That's interesting. I mean, that's pretty interesting. Hmm. That is interesting. We might have a down day today. We may have a down day today. Hmm. Hey, what's up, Alfred? We might have a down day. This actually might be a down day today because all the levels are kind of to the downside, so we may see a big retracement of this move. We'll see. You said you don't think it's gonna be a down day today? Well, I mean, technically, we're in a neutral environment right now, according to this tool. I mean, we're in neutral territory. Uh, the crossroads is down here at 690. That's what the crossroads are currently at. The expected move for the ES today is actually about 680 at the low and 760 at the high. That's the expected move. It does not mean that it cannot overseed that. But usually what happens is these expected moves are pretty accurate. If we do see the market kind of go underneath or above the expected move, what we usually see is the price will trade above these levels and then it will come back into the expected move range. And that's usually what we see if we see a break. Breakouts usually fail. All right, so we'll see. 690 might be an area of interest. We'll see. Nasdaq, we're kind of at that at a call wall, but I have a funny feeling that we could see the market kind of break below this. That's a 15-minute candle right there. That's broken structure to the downside. I don't see that recovering. Not a 15-minute. He got to run on liquidity above the high, and he got a break of the low. I don't think the market goes up from there. Actually, I'm kind of interested. Okay. All right, we'll see. We'll see what happens here. You think that we at least 750? We have a level at 775, so I'm pretty sure that the market will find its way up to this call wall. We have a pretty big call wall here at 855. We got 5 more minutes until the orb is officially formed, and that will give us a better idea of how to approach the market, at least the ES at least. Hold on give me 1 second. All right. Oh my god. All right. Whatever. All right. I know, right? You're still not in that short, right? The Bulls bought this thing right back up, dude. Okay. Yeah, I am missing all the action, and I think I missed the. Well, whatever, man. Whatever. And this is what I'm talking about. My self-sabotage is like on another level sometimes. I missed a really good bounce right there at 708 on the ES. Missed a really good bounce right there. Okay. All right, man. All right, dude. All right. I think what's his name? The Fed speaker, Walsh, is speaking today. That's what I'm seeing online right now. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Let me set up the let's see where our orb is today. All right. So right now the ES is actually at the orb high. Interesting. It failed right there. Oh, that's interesting. I mean, these are 3-minute candles, right? Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Excuse me. Dang, I missed all of that. I was dealing with my daughters. Had to get them right. Get them their attention onto their shows so I can do this with you guys in peace. Okay. Well, I guess I could have just shorted that right there, but honestly, right now, I don't know what the market wants to do, to be completely honest. So, honestly, I would have actually, yeah, I have that range right there. Actually would have taken that pullback into the range right there. That's why I'm kind of upset that I missed this. And That false breakout of the orb high, I would have taken that for sure. I would have taken that one for sure. So I did miss 2 good trades on the ES. But there will be other trades. There will be other trades. There will be other trades. I'm lucky. Well, not necessarily. I don't have to be lucky, but I'm just mindful. Oh shit! I didn't even see that. I didn't see that there was a call wall right there that the market could have rejected at. I didn't see that. Okay, well, apparently I'm not on top of my game this morning. Apparently I'm not on top of my game. You know, you know, honestly, man, I feel like either we're going to range today or we're going to see bearishness. I know a lot of people, well, not a lot. I know some people are making the mistake of going long here. I know people are making the mistake of going long on the NQ and the ES right now. But it's pretty obvious when you, and I'm not saying because now we have these levels, now we know where the market makers are potentially hedging. I'm not saying that because now we have these levels, but how often do we see this? We see the news move. We see the news move. It does this right here. This is a 2-legged pullback into support. This is the bulls trying to take out this high right here. And they failed. This is a double top. And now we're seeing the market slowly grind to the downside here. Where does the market want to go? Maybe a retest of these lows right here. You might get a retest of that low. We might get a retest of this low right here. The market is going down. I wouldn't, I mean, it may not feel this way because obviously the market is very deceptive with this price action, but it's going down. It is going down. Yeah, I would cash it out too, man. If you want to grow an account, put it in a cash account if you want to grow it. That will always be my recommendation for these firms. There is no reason to ever try to grow these accounts when you don't have control of the capital. You said them puts got cheap. Yeah. Well, I mean, we know how the market maker has to operate. If everybody's in calls, they have to go short. So right now, The ES is at one of its biggest levels right now at 715. Actually, I'm not sure when Walsh actually starts speaking. Mm. Mm. All right. Well, I think the market's gonna probably range. Like I said, I think we have a down day or we're gonna range today, based on the gammas. Okay. Well. Hey, yo, what's up, Investor Z? Are you just watching the market chop it, chop, 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 chop? Mm. Well, something's happening. Something just happened. Says U.S. stock futures climbed as Nvidia bullish outlook reinforces confidence that the AI investment boom still has further to run, easing fears that the rapid expansion in
The
artificial
New York Times say
intelligence.
that Meta is projected that they could spend up to $10 billion per year on Anthropic AI.
And what a great problem to have, huh? And being able to say that, man, we got to spend $10 billion a year this year. We have to spend 10 billion. All right, huh? All right, I'll go back to the NQ because the ES obviously is not going to give us what we want.
We have posted the New York Times article on the feed for those interested.
Excuse me. Yeah.
So according to the ministry, Qatari PM meets with Iran's Parliament Speaker Galibaf in Tehran.
You know, honestly,
So the Qatari foreign minister, when meeting with Iran's top negotiator Galibaf in Tehran, stresses the need to resume the diplomatic track, according to a statement from the foreign ministry.
that is interesting. We did get a run on liquidity underneath this low right there. But the only thing that's challenging at the moment is that we're grinding down. And on the way as we grind down, obviously, is making lower lows. So this is what I'll do. If we can get a break at this level right here, I'll trade the pullback. I'll get long at the pullback for a potential move higher here. We'll see.
So California's Bonta says that the Meta settlement wasn't about the money.
Okay. All right, we'll see. Both the Nasdaq and the ES is. I mean, if you didn't make your money in the first 15 minutes of this market, it's not making anything easy right now. It's not making anything easy right now.
So California's Attorney General Bonta says we're very interested in Snap and YouTube as well.
Hey, Alfred, did they confirm that?
And Californian Attorney General Bonta as well says we are suing TikTok now.
Suing TikTok. Well, that means that they're suing Oracle then. Actually, let me see if they actually got it. So Alfred, if I recall, I saw Top Step doesn't do that anymore. They give you only a portion of your profits, and they don't transfer the entire thing. Hopefully, in your case, that won't be true, because I know that you're probably hoping to get the 14K balance. But I do recall seeing something that Top Step no longer does that. But I'm not sure. I'm not a live trader with Top Step. I did see something along the ways, but I didn't really investigate it because I don't ever plan on becoming a live trader with any firm anymore. But yeah, it's not showing which company is trying to sue TikTok on financial juice. The California Attorney General's office acting on the behalf of the state of California for multi-state coalition targeting TikTok practices. So it's saying that this attorney is suing on the behalf of the state of California for deceptive practices, harming minors, algorithmic design, and that increases youth addiction and misleading the public about safety measures. So the state of California is suing TikTok. I'm not going to go into that though. The state of California really has no room to talk about the safety of children, because we all know that it's yeah, I'm not gonna get into that though. I'm sure a lot of these companies do settle. God damn, dude. My God.
So in 10 minutes time now, at the bottom of the hour, we see the release of the weekly EIA natural gas change. Forecast is for a build of 15 BCF on the prior build of 16 BCF.
Okay. One kid crying, and of course, the other one is in the shit and messing stuff up. My God, dude, kids. Why are they like that? Okay, well, looks like I'm not going to be able to get in a trade. Like I said, I have no clue what the hell happened today. It just felt like I was behind everything. I did miss 2 great trading opportunities. Honestly, when I saw this, I should have, well, seen this pin bar candle right here, getting in at that high and targeting this level right here would have been probably a great trade. Well, it would have been a great trade for sure. Almost a 90-pointer trade right there. You know what? Honestly, I guess that would be a very efficient way to trade the Nasdaq. That would be a very efficient way to trade it. Interesting. Interesting. Having like a 100-point stop on the ES or the Nasdaq. Just having a big stop on the Nasdaq. But like I said, I could never justify it. No matter how many contracts I'm trading. Trading 2 micros, 1 micro. The most that I'll probably trade with is probably a 30 or 40 point stop. Anything more
Fed's
than that is a
on
trade.
CNBC says the most recent inflation number was as expected. As yesterday PCE inflation was as we were expecting, now it is time to act given persistence of inflation. Fed's Hamac says I do not see Fed policy providing restriction for the economy.
Okay. Well, we're breaking out of the orb high again on the ES.
Brings us now 5 minutes away from the bottom of the hour, where we see the release of the weekly EIA natural gas change. The forecast is for a build of 15 BCF on the prior build of 16 BCF.
We do got this level at 730. I don't know. Do we see the market drop at 730? Or we see a reaction?
And Fed's Hamac says above target has been persistent amid questions of how shocks will play out. And Fed's Hamac says the main worry is that the public will lose confidence that inflation will return to 2%. Do keep in mind amid these comments that Fed's Hamac is a voting member on the FOMC this year.
Just the principle of it, Rudkit. I do recall you say that you kind of do the same thing.
Are very worried about the state of inflation and the cost of living.
And again, I want to make clear that these are just only my personal views. Me personally. I know that a 100 point
Fed's
stop.
Hamek says,
Oh
I
my
am
God,
worried
dude.
the inflationary mindset may be starting to form.
Yeah. And you know, honestly, if I probably would do that,
Fed's Hamek says neutral monetary policy is something you know when you see it.
if I were to do that, I would actually kind of survive a lot of
Fed's Hamek says, I believe the neutral rate is on the higher side relative to other Fed officials.
yeah, it definitely is. And the reason why I hold this belief is because I want to work my way up to minis, but and having a 100 point stop on minis, that's just a no-go. So I guess my mind is locked in to the idea that if I want to transition from micros to minis, I have to be able to find entries where I'm only risking 27. 27 has always been my stop for the Nasdaq. It's always been 27 points because I feel that 27 points past supported resistance, you're probably going to be wrong. And it's really 18 points, but if it's 18 points past supported resistance, you're wrong. And I just gave the 9 extra points just to, because that 27 point stop over time has saved me from getting unnecessarily stopped out of winning trades or trades that would eventually turn into winners, big winners. And like I said, the most I'll probably risk is 36 points, but in minis, 27 is probably my, well, you know what? Oh yeah, we got 1 more minute to the initial balance.
1 minute now for the EIA natural gas change.
Let's take a trade. Let's take this short on the ES. I'm taking it short at this level right here.
Fed's Hamek says markets are a good complement but not substitute for the Fed.
Let's take a trade.
Fed's Hamek says the Treasury has its own
This is
objectives
an
and the
eval
Fed
trade. This
operates
is not like
independently for its own
a funded
goals.
account trade. I'm not taking any funded account trades probably today because I missed all the good
10
morning
seconds
action.
for data. It's a build of 15 BCF, a build of 15 BCF as expected. And Fed's Hamek has now concluded their interview on CNBC. Do keep in mind Fed's Hamek is due to appear again this afternoon at 1 p.m. Eastern Time with an interview on Fox Business.
All right, so I took a short at that gamma level. So far, so good.
And we have posted out the weekly EIA natural gas storage report on the feed for those interested.
Yo, congratulations on that greenery. Congratulations. Especially making money in this chop right here. Did you make money on the ES or the Nasdaq this morning? Or what instrument did you make money in this morning? Should I also try to take the short? NQ long? Nice.
So IRNA reports that Iraqi and Saudi security delegations meet in Baghdad to coordinate border security and intelligence cooperation.
Hmm. 7:15. Huh?
So a spokesperson of the Pakistani Ministry of Foreign Affairs says unilateral sanctions imposed by Washington against Tehran do not comply with international laws, and Pakistan believes that the issue should be resolved through dialogue. And that was from Tasnim News. And Tasnim News reports that Pakistan's Foreign Ministry spokesperson says the US unilateral sanctions on Iran again violate international law.
Well, Red Kit. But with the nanos, I was planning on running a 36-point stop. A 36-point stop. And take advantage of I mean, you really can't lose much.
US natural gas futures pair their gains, lost up around 2.3% following the EIA reporting the storage build.
But the way that the nanos are, hopefully over time something changes. But it's looking like the nanos were dead on arrival. They're DOA at this point. I'm gonna let this trade play out. So I caught 180 points yesterday, around that much points. You need 180 points to make $700 a day in the NQ.
ISNA, also citing the Pakistani Foreign Ministry spokesperson, says Islamabad is not obligated to comply with the unilateral sanctions on Iran unless imposed by the United Nations.
Hmm. 120 points versus 100 and you know, honestly, I might run that strategy. Actually, I may run that strategy. I just went. I'm also short on the NQ. I went short at that level, and I'm short on the NQ now. Wow, the ES just stopped me out. Wow. Wow, I didn't even realize that. Nice one, ES. I didn't realize that. Interesting. I did not realize ES just stopped me out. You're gonna add insult to injury and try to stop me out again, ES? It's like that? Okay. So I'm short the ES or the Nasdaq as well. We'll see. Let's see if we can get a retest of these lows right here, because that looks pretty bearish. Okay. Let's see what happens. You know, I like looking at the chat and other streams sometimes to see kind of what everybody's thinking. Everybody believes the market is going to go higher. Everybody can't win. Everybody can't win. If everybody's long, the short is coming. The short is coming. And we don't have any gamma levels to worry about on the way down. So, I mean, unless something nasty happens where the Nasdaq just pops up, we don't have anything to worry about. And a tick strike is flashing green right now. We don't like to see that. Dude, what the hell is going on? You see the tick strike right now? It looks all over the place. They're buying gold and silver. It looks like they're selling the equities right now. They're buying Microsoft. They're selling the NQ, but they're buying the ES. I mean, what the hell is going on? Come on, NQ, take us to the king, baby. Take us to the king. Let's hit these profit targets. I can't believe the ES just stopped me out like that. That was so disrespectful. That was so disrespectful, man. The ES just straight up stopped me out. Let's actually see where the initial balance is. Interesting. So we do have the 50% of the initial balance in the way, though. I thought I renamed this. There we go, baby. 589.5. There we go, baby. 589. 5. 44275. 44275. Okay, cool. You know what? I probably should take profits. It does look like we could potentially see a bounce at the 50% though. Or it could just bounce here and hurt my feelings. I know, right? Looks like they're buying, they bought at VWAP. It bounced literally at VWAP. Well, Nasdaq is like,
So in 10 minutes time now at the top of the hour, see the Kansas City Fed data. So the manufacturing forecast of 10 on the prior 9, while the composite saw a prior rate of 9.
So you thought we were going to go short? Nope. We're going long, baby. Yeah, she was waiting too. It's like get them all nice and comfortable and get them. I mean, the price can, well, price has already closed back within the initial balance. I mean, if we can get a strong, if it goes deeper and it closes again, man, I'll be more confident in the short. Yeah, they are. I should have known. I should have known. The ES was being super bullish for whatever reason. You know what? That might be it right there. That might be it right there.
So in 5 minutes time now, at the top of the hour, we see the release of the Kansas City Fed Composite Index, forecast 10 on the prior 9, manufacturing prior 17.
Yeah, Rocket, I think I should be good here. Price is closing back within the initial balance range, IB range. It's hard for the bit. Well, let me shut up. Let me shut up. These bulls have been freaking relentless lately. They don't care. These bulls have been relentless, and these bears have just been lackluster, letting the bulls have their way and force their will upon the market. And Top Step is dropping all the accounts that nobody cares about. If you want a static account, Top Step just dropped the 25K static account for $75 if you want it. It's now available. Man, you know what, man? I mean, that would work out. Not like it wouldn't work out. I think this position might be cooked. Risk managers.
also shortly expecting the Kansas City Fed data.
Well,
Ten seconds.
10 seconds.
Still waiting on the data, but the US is to sell $92 billion in 3-month bills on August 31st to settle on September 3rd, $79 billion in 6-month bills October 31st, settling at September 3rd, and they're to sell $52 billion in 52-week bills September 1st, settling September 3rd.
Well, okay.
The Kansas City Fed Composite coming in at 10, which is a higher than forecast 9.5. And manufacturing came in at 17, unchanged from the prior. Iran's parliamentary speaker Ghalibaf, cited by Tasnim News, says the Prime Minister of Qatar emphasized his country's efforts to promote solutions for restoring stability to the region.
I was short on the ES and it stopped me out. I haven't got stopped out on the Nasdaq yet, but it might get there. Well, risk managers is not looking. It's not looking too good. It's not looking too good. Well, unless we get like a flash candle, a Trump candle or something, I'm gonna get stopped out and I'm gonna hit my daily loss limit on this account. My own personal daily loss limit on this account. I don't know how much money I have left. I think I have $2 more $100 to draw down. So if I get stopped out, then this thing is done. I'll get locked out for today and have to come back tomorrow. Nope. 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 Nope.
SK Hynix opens the construction of a $4 billion memory hub in Indiana.
Yeah. Now, Alfred, in my defense, I didn't short this thing as it was going up. I shorted it as it was going down. It's just now I'm in the negative now. I'm not fighting the trend. I just haven't gotten stopped out yet. I just haven't been stopped out yet. But I shorted this thing as it went down. And there you go right there, Rut Kid. That's what I'm talking about. Having a big stop. People think that you're fighting the market. I'm not fighting the market. I just haven't been stopped out yet. That's it. Well, whatever is grinding this market higher is not letting up no time soon. This thing is not letting up. You're just doing that. This thing is not letting up. Yeah. They're saying that gold and silver and all these commodities down there are going crazy right now. I wonder what's going on. Mm. Looks like the same grinding is happening on gold too. Okay. All right, looks like everything is just grinding higher, grinding higher. I might, well, I guess I just might as well just. I might just close this out, honestly. I don't think I'm gonna realize a full stop here. I don't believe I will. But I know as soon as I close this damn thing out, it's gonna probably drop and piss me off. So I guess I'll let it play out. I mean, if I get stopped out, I tried, I guess. Give me 1 second.
Canada's Champagne says it dropped fish tariffs after listening to CDN fishers. Well, if it does not drop here, hold on, how big is my stop on the NQ? I didn't think about it. How big is my stop?
It looks like I'm going to be on a damn journey, apparently. Okay. Well, I haven't been stopped out. I have not been stopped out. Well, we are at that call wall. I feel if we break that call wall, then we can go down. Let's go, baby. Let's go to my profit targets. I'm definitely not out of the water yet, for sure. No, it's not. It's not. Something's happening. We got all this red on the tick strike here. Something's happening. And that voice news disconnected. I bet, dude. That guy hasn't said anything. Well, it's on, so. I mean, we're back in profit, so I guess I could close out here, but we all know that I'm not doing that. So we had a failed rotation, or I'm sorry, we had a failed breakout at these highs on the Nasdaq. So that means that we could be rotating to the lows, but we still have the 50% to watch out for. Looks like we're closing back inside of the initial balance. So now the only place for the market to go is the 50% for the bulls to try again. And if they fail to push it higher, then we'll see the initial balance low. This range rotation. He's winning. That's not what we do. I don't want to take his money. I want to take his happiness too. Yeah, that's personal, man. You don't want to take, you just don't want to take somebody's money, you want to take their happiness away from them. All right, guys. I'm out of time for this session, but I'm going to hold on to this short. I'm holding, damn it. I'm a hodl. We'll see what happens. Obviously, we'll have this evening to talk about this trade, and I guess we'll just move on from there. But I do appreciate everybody that joined me this morning. We'll definitely come back later on tonight, and we'll definitely look for more opportunities to earn some more money. And with that said, peace out, everybody, and keep on jabbing.